Hey everybody, Mike from Texsource. Today I'm going to show you how to start and finish a long gang sheet on our 2-head DTF printer. One of the things that has to happen to do a long run is there to be enough film to go down into the shaker bin, get underneath these wheels here. So these wheels here are on both sides and the paper rides underneath there and it'll glide up and down as the speed of the dryer and the speed of the printer are in sync with each other. Also, these wheels will trap the powder that you have at the bottom of the film as it's rolling through. Now, one of the tips I give people is when you're going to start any kind of run like this, you like to have some of this extra film out here that might be some of your test bars that you're doing, and just go ahead and keep that on there because that'll give you a leader that will bridge across, and you'll see how that works out as we initiate the print, which I'm going to do right now. This is about a 12-foot gang sheet. So I've already got this thing in the queue in CAD-Link, and this will trigger the printer here. Note that our humidity here is 56%. That's a really good spot. That's a nice sweet spot to have your room at. Now the front edge of the film is going to come into the front of the dryer. And when that happens, we're going to see it come out here in the dryer, and we're going to bridge it across to here as we start our procedure. The dryer settings that we want to be on are auto. I've got my shaker speed at 0, so I'm going to go ahead and get that up to 5. Our conveyor speed's at 2, and our temperature is at 119 Celsius. Now, as we look down here, you're going to see the front edge of this coming out. And this is where we want to take a magnet. And when this reaches, and don't pull on it, but when this has plenty of room to reach, we're going to put the magnet and pin it right here on this lip of the dryer. Okay, we've got it pinned on there. Now we're going to take some powder out of the bin, and we're just going to prime this film with some of this powder. Now, as this continues to print, then the loop of the film is going to go down to the bottom of the bin, and that's where we're going to put it underneath these wheels on each side. Now these wheels, you can actually set them up top here and knock them down when you get the film loop underneath there. As you see, the film loop is heading towards the bottom, and when it gets a little bit lower, that's going to trigger the shaker and also the belt. And this is the time where we want to get those wheels on top of there. Sliding in this magnet with the wheel. Now I'm slipping the paper underneath the bar and turn on the vacuum. Now it's time to add a little more powder. And you want to shake the powder on the front side of the film. Now you can choose to turn the powder speed on here, which will sprinkle down powder from here, but because it's trapped inside those wheels, we're in good shape. So if you look down in the bin here, you'll see that initial powder that I put in there. There's still plenty to finish out this roll, and I'm not using the powder shaker here to drop down in there because the powder is trapped. So you can see the percentage here is about to be at 100, which means the printing's going to stop. So what we're going to do as soon as this head goes back to its home position, then we're going to have to take over and manually bring the film down. So we're just going to push film down, and we're going to watch the wheels down here so that the whole process keeps going. So just watch your wheels, and as they rise towards the top back here, you're just going to ease the film down. Now here's how we end this whole thing, is I've got the film down here, and I'm going to pin it down with a magnet and slice off the film. I've got about 6 inches behind the print. I'm going to switch the dryer to manual, which means the dryer and shaker will be on full manual, meaning it will be running. And I'm just going to ease the film down and watch in the bin until I can no longer hold it up top, and then you'll see how we'll switch to the inside. So now I'm going to take a magnet and I'm going to put it at the end of that 6 inches that we put on there, because we have to do the switch. You're going to continue to watch the wheels, but now we're going to manually grab it from the inside, and we're just going to watch the film continue to go through the dryer. So you see how I'm just lowering my hand as the film is feeding through the dryer. We're about to get to the point where I'm just going to let this film go. Now once you do that, you're going to want to reach back in and grab the bottom of the film. And then you can pull it up here. Just make sure that you've knocked all the powder off this bottom part of the film. Once you've done that, then go ahead and just pin this up here for a second. And I'm going to turn the shaker speed down to 0. And then I'm going to drop the film back down. We're going to wait for it to go all the way through the dryer.